Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
Look, up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's an electric mullet! And Dreadnaught and Psi-Phon just stole it. Alright, kids, welcome back to another episode of Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast. Well, number two with a bullet. Alright, anyway, I am Phil. Joining me as always, he who birthed number one Superman podcast. It is Mr. Tyler Patrick.
Hey, everybody.
And, of course, Mr. Justin, fan club director of the Psi-Phon and Dreadnaught fan club. It is
Justin the Owl, returning to Metropolis.
I'm always used to saying, our broadcast is the best. But meanwhile, it's like, not when it comes to Superman.
Yeah.
Phil flatters me.
Well, one, you are talented, and two, I'm just afraid of your daughter, so.
Yeah, that's true. I'm afraid of my daughter.
She looks sweet and innocent, but, well. All right, so yes, 3 tonight. Again, we're no Action Comics for a while because I'm not touching Action Comics Weekly again.
Action Comics Weekly.
We still gonna have the nightmares. All right, so yes, this time we're doing Adventures of Superman 441, Superman 19, and then back to Adventures of Superman for 442. So quite the little. It was kind of like one story, and then the last two are like another story.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff with these.
And he's going to be out here soon, but like right now, since Action Comics is out being Action Comics Weekly, Byrne has like a stranglehold on the other two books, I swear, at least rated-wise.
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
He's like, damn it, you're going to give me at least 2 Superman books a month.
Maybe that was what the contract was for.
Or that, or they asked it, and they made him do too.
All
right. Ready for the first one?
Yeah.
All right, Adventures of Superman 441, June 1988, The Tiny Terror of Tinseltown. Writer John Byrne, penciler Jerry Ordway, inker Dennis Jank, colorist Anthony Tullen, letterer Albert de Guzman, and editors Mike Carlin and Renee Witterstatter. Mr. Mxyzptlk, he's back! It's been 90 days, kids! Appears again to give Superman no end of trouble as he first causes a Big Belly Burger mascot statue to come to life, flinging deadly hamburgers at the Man of Steel. After destroying the statue, Superman tries to get Mxyzptlk to return to his home dimension by saying his name backwards, only to find out that the rules have changed. Having no choice but to play along, Superman is subjected to being cast in a cartoon reality where he must deal with Saturday morning cartoon characters gone crazy. Finally, he confronts Mxyzptlk in a game show studio where the real object of the Magical Imp's game is to trick him into painting his face blue. Using a special type of face makeup, Superman accomplishes this and sends the fuming imp back to his home dimension. All right.
Woohoo.
Oh, yeah. Let me see. We had the Big Belly mascot. Then we had Beanie and Cecil.
Beanie and Cecil.
Yes. The Flintstones, Mighty Mouse, the Smurfs, although they're all different names. And also an analog of the popular Wheel of Fortune game shows.
Wheel of Torture.
Oh. Okay. But yeah, this one was quite ridiculous.
Yeah, how long had it been since the other Mxyzptlk appearance?
Superman 11.
Been that long, right?
Superman 11. So yeah, it was only like 8 months prior or something. Yeah, it hadn't even been a full year.
I was going to say it was less than a year. Yeah,
because I think unless I'm forgetting an appearance, it's going to be a little longer. Because I think he comes back. I think it's around Superman 30. Well, like I said, it's in the middle of Exile, so Superman's not around. So.
Oh,
I think unless I'm forgetting an appearance, the next time he shows up, it's gonna be him and it's gonna be Mixie and Lex going at it.
That's right.
That's
right.
So
it was nice to see Jerry Ordway drawing him this time because I think Byrne drew the last one.
It was
right?
Byrne last time, yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Yeah, remember the Beyonder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess I don't know. I would have been interested in both takes, like the Jerry Ordway take, and then the Byrne, because again, a bunch of pages in this issue are very cartoony on purpose, because Mxyzptlk, changes reality. But I like that. I love they're duking it out in Hollywood.
He's trying to fix the sign.
Like, we got a scene or two in Metropolis, but Superman's not in Metropolis this time.
Yeah,
because we also got Lois and Jose, right?
Jose, yeah.
I think the more interesting page is page 6, the Cat Grant and Adam page.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What, you mean Adam telling his mom, "Oh, you like all the guys"?
Yeah. And she says, "Out of the mouths of babes," and let's just say they like me, Adam, and I like being liked.
Well,
And Jimmy's 10 years younger than Kat.
So, yeah, and isn't he around 20? So she's 30, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that. What is that, neck in the Superman 19? Because, again, there's like a weird continuity thing here going on here.
Yep.
Yeah, she's trying to get him all drunk. Yeah.
Well, no, it's like even like a couple of the previous Adventures of Superman's issues, it seems like Jimmy's really been like trying to get Kat's attention. But then in Superman 19, which we're going to get to, he's like, "Oh, I have a girlfriend, Lucy Lane." It's like...
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah. I'm like, there's not that many different writers on these Superman books at the moment. It's Byrne and,
Marv
Wolfman. It was Marv Wolfman for rap. Well, but now it's pretty much Byrne, so...
Well, was he the one that was writing that initial stuff where Cat was trying to get his attention?
I don't know, but again, it's in this very issue. He's like, "Oh yeah, Jimmy." Adam's like, "Oh, Jimmy likes you," and then in the next issue, "Oh, I have a girlfriend."
Just kidding.
Yeah. But I forgot. Yeah, there's a lot more going on here too, because we got that page with Milton Fine.
Yeah, that was really random.
Milton not feeling fine.
Yeah. There was subplots galore in this issue.
Oh yeah. Well, of course, the Matrix Supergirl stuff. Yes.
Matrix Supergirl, Milton Fine, and this mysterious dude who blows up the factory.
I know. Who's this shadowy figure in
Who's the shadowy figure?
Who's this shadowy figure in Australia?
Gobble gobble.
Who indeed?
Oh no.
Batman. My favorite character.
Yeah, I was about to say Ray.
Yeah.
I love how all the subplots are stacked up too. There's one right after the other.
They're like just stacked in the middle, almost.
Yeah. It's great.
Marvy Mouse, yes. Cave stands.
I loved the little cameo from Streaky, the super cat.
Yes!
He chased away the Mighty Mouse. That was so good.
That was interesting. Because Superman's like, well, if I'm in a cartoon, basically, different, rules apply here.
Yeah, that was the best. That was my favorite part. I'm a Streaky fan.
I loved Fred Flintstone with like a blonde mullet.
Yeah, that was funny too. And the Wheel of Torture made me laugh too the first time I saw it. They even had the family dog tied up to that thing.
It's probably fun to draw Mxyzptlk because again, it's like just come up with the silliest thing stuff you can think of.
The most random stuff, and it'll work.
And then just the Smurfs attacking Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanking him to death.
Or the dwarfs.
That was funny.
But yeah, then Superman trying to get that makeup artist woman to put the blue on Mxyzptlk's face. He's like, no, I said I have to do it.
And it turns out it's the special makeup that changes color and lighting after the fact.
Certain lighting, yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Mixie's not happy, but so.
And we find out that it's the same makeup that stage actors used to use to do blackface back in the day.
Oh!
Nice.
Dude,
we wouldn't get away with that today.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. I just literally saw a headline on The Hollywood Reporter from 2 hours ago. Billy D. Williams says actors should be allowed to wear blackface.
Oh, I did see that headline, yeah.
Oh, really?
And I was like, okay. Okay. And I just left it alone.
I mean, I was going to say, the only way that could be worse is if a white guy said it, but yeah.
That's why I said, okay, and I left it alone.
Yeah.
There was just like, and keep moving on with my life.
I feel bad because sometimes I just think like actors who have been out of work for a while will like say anything just to be like, oh no, I'm not going to raise a stink about anything. Yeah, you can hire me for anything. You know, I'm not going to complain about anything.
They just want to say something just to get their name back in the mix.
Right. Yeah.
Like, did you hear what Billy Williams said? Who? Yeah. Lando. From a Solo? No, the other Lando. Oh.
The other.
Old Lando.
Old Lando.
Cold 45 Lando.
Yeah. The guy who played Harvey Dent, but never Two-Face.
Harvey Dent.
Yes.
And he was going to be Two-Face in that sequel.
Oh, man.
That never got made.
Yeah, we should have got that. I mean, they were doing that in that Batman 89 comic, man. I wish that we would have got that.
Yeah. That's a crime that was never made.
Because, like, even Tommy Lee Jones, they made him too goofy. And
yeah. Oh, I hated
forever.
that.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Someone should have told him, you don't try to one-up Jim Carrey at his own game when you're 20 years older than he is and you come from a completely different acting background.
Yeah, but I just think Tommy Lee Jones was under orders to,
ham it up. Yeah, probably. Didn't work.
Mm-mm.
I can just hear Ray now. It's a Superman podcast. Why are you talking about Batman?
Into the Dark Knight, all to do with Batman.
He'll just be like, guys, that's what I wanted to be on there. You guys are talking about Batman. You should have invited me.
When we get to Dark Knight over Metropolis, which is basically a 3-parter with Batman. We should have Ray on. We should do everything we can to get Ray on. Yeah.
Yes, as a special guest, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. So, is it just, there's been different iterations of it, but does the big belly mascot in this issue look like Byrne?
I was wondering who that was patterned after.
Doesn't he have a beard like that or something?
Yeah. Yeah. I wondered if it was him or if it was supposed to be somebody else.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, because I don't think...
Does it say anything in the notes?
Oh, but this is... gentlemen, this is the first appearance of Big Belly Burger.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
I thought it had been around longer than that, but...
Nope. First appearance. Yep, this issue.
Well, awesome.
So this is the very first reference to Big Belly Burger. I know it's everywhere now, but yes, this is the origin.
What I love is there's only one fast food restaurant in all of DC, which is Big Belly Burger.
No, there's two, because it says the restaurant was founded in Coast City and was expanded nationwide. As a subsidiary of LexCorp, the company enjoys widespread marketing and is only rivaled by O'Shaughnessy's. Their mascot is a large bearded man holding a giant burger, though recent promotions have indicated his exposure is being limited in favor of a newer design.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Of course, yeah, Big Billy Burger is a pastiche of Big Boy,
No.
Yeah, I know. I know. Maybe that was somebody's favorite. Maybe it was Burns. Maybe Burn like big guy.
Maybe he was a burger guy. Who knows?
Yeah, nothing about who it's based on. I don't think. Yeah. Again, he probably just took a Big Boy design and maybe just Burn made it. He said, "There's like let's make it
tweaked it." Yeah.
And it just caught on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're like, "Oh, that's cool. Let's just keep doing that."
Yeah.
We
needed a fast food chain in this new continuity, and that works.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if this was the first, because I knew it wasn't a pre-crisis thing, so I was like, "This is the first." Yeah, that was the first. All right, so any other thoughts on this one?
I found the mixy stuff can be hit and miss for me sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes if it goes too goofy, yeah.
And it's like you have this mixy kind of goofy story,
or if the joke goes on too long or something.
Yeah. What do you call it? And, Mixie's doing all this, but then you throw in these other random pages, of like serious stuff that's going on. And you're just kind of like, this just feels out of place.
Yeah, I guess they were still a little palate cleanser, but it was so weird too, because it was like, there was one page of Lois. I forgot, she didn't even get to Jose yet. She's just talking to that guy.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And then there's one page of Cad pretty much.
And then all the subplots, the mashup of all the subplots happening in the middle.
All the subplots basically got a page.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's just weird. We're down to 2 books, and Burns basically like, I think Burns like, okay, this is what's coming.
And his days were kind of numbered from this point, right? I mean, he only had 6 or 7 issues left.
Maybe, yeah. I can't remember.
If that, yeah. Yeah, his time on these titles was coming to a close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. So was it? Yeah, he was at Marvel, then he came over here for this, and then does he go back to Marvel after this, or was that during the West Coast Avengers stuff?
I think it was it was West Coast Avengers, yeah, and then Namor.
Well, I think maybe both sides of Avengers, wasn't it? Because I think he was kind of trying to write it so the books would interact a lot more, but then he was only there.
Yeah, he took over as the writer of the other Avengers.
But he was only there a couple months.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Should we move on?
Yes.
All right. The next one. All right. You ready for some shorts and some long synopses here? Superman, Volume 2, Number 19, July 1988. The Power That Failed. Writer and penciler John Byrne, inker John Beatty, colorist Petra Skodish, letterer John Costanza, editor Mike Carlin. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 8 or 9 words here. All right.
All right.
Psi-Phon is removing Superman's powers one by one.
Oh, great!
So.
All right, sounds good.
I love that synopsis. It's like, well, who's Psi-Phon? What's this?
Yeah.
How is he doing this?
It's so funny. Yeah, this beginning with Cat Grant trying to give Jimmy drinks in her apartment. It's like, what's going on here?
I know, and she's drunk. I know, and then she's like, he's like, I'm not old enough, or at least not legally old enough to drink yet.
Yeah, geez.
I love it. I think it's so weirdly awkward and cool at the same time of like Cat Grant and Jimmy Olsen.
Mm-hmm.
So Jimmy is like, I think, didn't his mom? Okay. So I was trying to figure this out when I was reading this. I'm going to scroll down. Where is it? Hold on.
Oh yeah, that's the even creepier thing. Because didn't we come to the conclusion? Isn't like his mom like in her late 30s or something, or 40s? So I mean,
early 40s at the
I'm thinking
like
so like his mom's only like 10 years or so older than Cat Grant. It's like
So Jimmy would be like what, 19? Cat's like 29, 30. Jimmy's like 19, maybe 20.
Yeah, I thought we said 19.
It just seemed like it didn't really have any lead up to this. I mean, other than the issue that we just read before this.
Well, like I said,
it's spread out.
Previously, he was, it was like he was trying to get her attention. It seems like all day and night, and now all of a sudden she's trying to seduce him. And
yeah, it's weird.
Kind of based on her son's suggestion that, hey, you like Jimmy.
Hey, Ma, there's one last guy in Metropolis you haven't boned.
Can Jimmy be my new daddy?
I think you're onto something with that conclusion.
And then
that's correct.
There's one last man who hasn't pet the cat.
You have the what do you call it? The comment of crap. I forgot. Oh well.
Well, yeah. It's just so weird. All those adventures issues we saw. He's basically like, well, I'm here, cat. Yeah, it's me. He was
now it's like
driving her to New York, and all of a sudden, I have a girlfriend.
Yeah. Now it's like, Lucy is my girlfriend, and Lucy's not here.
Where did that
come
from?
But Cat is.
She wants to touch that bow tie.
I mean, and then you have that whole setup, and then you get to fast forward to the Daily Planet.
Well, first that ship crashes in the river or whatever.
There's a blinding light.
And it's so hot, it's like boils the water.
Yeah.
And it's still too hot to touch 19 hours later. And again, it's not like it just fried some fish. When Superman shows up, Maggie's like, "Oh yeah, I killed like 7 people."
And Maggie's back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's been going on? Because unless they're referencing Superman being in other people's books, because Maggie said, "Oh, hello, stranger. Seems like it's been a couple of weeks since we've seen you." Unless maybe that's you know what it is.
That's stuff.
No, it's an inside joke because since we don't have Action Comics, I think Then it'd say, was there 3 weeks between that Adventures of Superman issue and this one? So
that must be what it is.
Instead of maybe 2 weeks, there was like an extra week in there since Action Comics isn't like isn't working with these two at the moment. So
yeah,
I think it's an insight.
You're
maybe that's Bird saying, "How dare you take action for me?"
Yeah. Did Maggie show up in Action Comics while it was weekly?
I don't think. Like I said, the Superman story in each one was only like two pages. Yeah.
I'm sure she did it once or twice.
Yeah. But no, Superman, because Superman dives in because he's the only one who can survive the water.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden he can't breathe underwater.
There's a twist. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. So cool.
Dum, dum.
And then we get another subplot. We go back to Supergirl subplot.
Yeah. And I like that they, gave Supergirl all of a sudden leggings.
Yes.
That was nice.
She now has blue leggings out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you can headcanon that, though, because Matrix can, alter the costume. So
Right.
maybe because she was in the Arctic or I'm sorry, the Antarctic. So
yeah.
Do you know what my favorite
That's how
thing
I
in this,
took it to be, yeah.
Do you know what my favorite thing in this whole issue is?
Hmm.
And it's subtle, and I bet you don't even notice it, is when we get to page number 9 and we get Clark Kent. We finally got rid of the circle bottle rim glasses. We now have more standard looking eyeglasses.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is my favorite thing in this book. I do not
like
this.
the fact that Lois has a new haircut, and it's a noticeable improvement over that other thing that was going on since the beginning of the reboot.
You mean how all of a sudden her hair grew from where it was short and up, and now it's like in a bob?
Yeah.
And have we settled on a color now?
And she's like a redhead. And I mean that the way they drew her in the on page 10 on the left side, where she has looks like she's like Granny Goodness.
Oh my!
Yeah,
totally.
Right there. Yeah,
I love it. It's so severe. It's fantastic.
But I like when Mrs. Olsen shows up and she looks like a young woman with white hair.
Yeah.
Like I would have loved if Mrs. Olsen started just hitting on Clark. I was like, Clark, you're only a few years younger than me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that's what I said. I think she's only supposed to be in her late 30s, early 40s or something. So.
With pure white hair, that's some jacked up crap.
Well, that was the joke because they didn't show her face before, so you thought she was.
But isn't
really
that the joke though?
Yeah.
You watch something from the 80s and the 90s, the parents are in their 30s, and they look so old.
Oh,
and now you're then you look at yourself now, no.
Yeah.
You're like, man.
That's the thing with Perry White and his wife having Jerry. They both look older than the hills. To have a kid that's Jerry's age.
But, oh no, there's a picture of Perry White as a grudge, tore up reporter. And somehow in 20 years, Perry went from that to what we have now.
Yeah. Why does love in the 20-some years no one realized that there's someone who looks suspiciously like Jimmy Olsen with an eye patch in the background there?
It was the eye patch, Phil.
I guess.
It's anything covering the eyes, Clark Kent and glasses. We can't put
That's
it together.
The blind spot. Yeah.
So you cover up the eye patch.
That's it.
Have you guys watched Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2?
Mm-mm.
No.
There's a great joke about when Velma takes off her glasses, and they're like, "Who are you?" And then she puts them back on. And they're like, "Oh, Velma."
That's cute.
But Clark almost messes up because he's like, oh, it's your mom, and she's like, how did you know? And
how do you know?
He was like, crap, I met her as Superman. Oh no.
He's like, just a lucky guess. Well, I guess, jolly goodness, Mr. Kent, it's those skills that keep you as the Daily Planet star reporter.
I mean, couldn't he just
great reporter?
Couldn't he have just been like, well, I can see the family resemblance, and I know he doesn't have a sister, or something.
Or power of deduction, Jim. Yeah. Who else are you holding on to that's old besides Cat? Jesus.
Right.
Oh damn.
And then she has an appointment with Mr. White to yell about Jimmy's job. Doesn't want to be a reporter. Jimmy's 19, 20, like we said, because Jimmy's dad was Nick Fury with another woman. Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
I know it's no matter what age your kids are, you don't want them doing anything too dangerous. But I'm just like, You really don't have much say, Mother Olsen.
Old Mother Olsen.
And then Lex in his hand.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. This is the first time that we see the Robo hand.
Oh, yeah, because between this and Action 600, they took that hand off.
Yeah, they lopped it right off.
Dr. Kelly says, but the nerves, at least not too good. At least the muscles and the nerves of your forearm are unaffected by the kryptonite poisoning.
Lucky.
And of course, it's like, oh, at least it just cost you your hand for now.
Yeah.
But
further tests will need to be run.
I love how he's like, this is one more indignity I've been forced to bear because of Superman. No one told you to wear that ring.
Yeah. Of course, he projects it onto Superman. Yeah.
Of course.
No, he never does nothing wrong.
Yeah.
That's what he does, right?
Mm-hmm. And then, Superman's talking to Maggie.
And the first appearance of Dr. Kilgrave.
Oh, yeah, Kilgrave, yeah.
I love Kilgrave. It's fantastic.
Talk about your Coke bottle glasses.
yeah. You got some of my favorite villains all in a string here. Psi-Phon, Dreadnaught, Kilgrave.
Because he's breaking out of strikers with this big machine, and
the Juggernaut.
Yeah, and Superman's like, I know you didn't build that out of an old radio and an aspirin, because he's like, no, he's been arrested so many times. He's like, I teleported it into strikers using a device whose components I secreted here during my previous incarcerations. Or at least that's a better explanation than where did you hide that? Where'd you hide that teleport device, sir? That they never found it.
It's in this prison purse. That was almost in stereo.
So it's blasting Superman. Superman's like, I got no problem with this, but then all of a sudden it knocks him down because it's Superman says his flying power cut out all of a sudden.
And then it steamrolls right over him.
I know. He's like, well, at least my vulnerability is still working.
Is it Superman?
I hope so. I wonder about that tank. He still has super strength. So he ripped Kilgrave out of that until his super strength goes. But I thought
he starts going over the water next with his super speed. But then that cuts out.
Because the warden, after he captures Kilgrave, the warden's like, "Are you gonna fly off now?" He's like, "Nah, I thought I'd run." Yeah. So he's pulling a flash, running on water until that runs out.
So good.
And then these guys save him on the boat, and he's like, "Oh, thanks." He's like, "Yeah, my power's cut out. Don't tell anyone." They're like, "Of course we won't tell anyone."
You can trust us, Superman. We're not in Gotham City.
That captain, who's that? What's that captain look like? Is that the Morton Salt guy, or is that something else?
Yeah,
got the big white beard and the pipe.
Gorton's fish.
He's in like an out of shape Popeye. But so it's Superman starting to realize, every time I use one of my powers, they're cutting out. So test it with the X-ray vision. It's gone.
We get a great cliffhanger ending here.
Whereas I still have some of the vision stuff, the hearing, and then of course the invulnerability. And then he gets hit by a truck.
Oops.
Almost like someone's doing this on purpose.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Go figure.
But yep. There's nobody in there. But that big fist, that big pink fist punches through, and that's when we see Dreadnaught.
Yeah.
Oh, we could see see Psi-Phon.
Little Psi-Phon in the background.
Him in the end, yeah.
Dreadnaught
is colored differently. He's colored dark blue in this, and he's actually like a yellow color.
I don't know if he's just in the shadows or he's in Dreadnaught's butt shadow. I don't know.
Butt shadow.
I trademarked that, internet. Don't you steal that.
He's in Dreadnaught's butt shadow.
Just like we are all in the Earth's butt or the Moon's butt shadow today.
Yes. It would be easy to be in his butt shadow, though. Like Tyler said, he's huge. He's massive.
Must have been in your butt shadow. All right, thoughts. And again, I love how Byrne remembers. It's like, the invulnerability cut out. So, of course, that protective aura around him cut out too. So,
his costume's
although let's get into this next issue because when they kind of try to explain Psi-Phon's powers, I don't know if this makes sense because the uniforms all of a sudden getting ripped up.
True.
I'm just gonna say Dreadnaught looks awesome right here, and then when you go to the first appearance in the next one, he does not look as cool.
Yeah, that was my one gripe, that Byrne didn't draw both parts of the story.
Yeah. Because since this was a two-parter, like he should. Well, but I guess just because it was Adventures of Superman.
Maybe there wasn't any women to exploit.
Wow.
And not enough subplots to cram in.
He was like, wait, I can't just randomly draw a page of Maggie Sawyer and then draw a page of Lois in a weird haircut. No, it has to be consistent. All right, I'm good.
Yeah.
Damn it, you made me put Supergirl in leggings. I'm out.
For real. He's like, that's a subtle wink to what's going to happen. No one will catch it for years till Phil Parrish talks about it.
That's damn right. Although Byrne did the cover to this Adventures of Superman 442.
Yeah, and Jerry Ordway did the cover to the Superman issues. Kind of strange.
Yeah, this might be my favorite cover. This though.
Yeah, love that cover.
All right, we ready to get to that one?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so Adventures of Superman 442, July 1988, Power Play. Looks like maybe the same. Yeah, I say the same team as the first Adventures, but this one, might be.
The inker is Andy Kubert.
Oh yeah, Andy Kubert and letterer Albert de Guzman. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, about the same size synopsis for this one. Dreadnaught and Psi-Phon continue to sap Superman's powers.
Nice.
All right.
So the first one was Psi-Phon, draining Superman's powers one by one, and this one says Dreadnaught and Psi-Phon continue to sap.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Great.
No mention of any guest appearances in this issue or anything.
Yeah. Or the subplots and all that other. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I just opened this issue back up. Yeah, I see. You're right about that. Dreadnaught here.
See?
Yeah. It's weird because you guys know I love Jerry Ordway's pencil so much.
Yeah.
I love his art, but it's almost like this was too much of a Byrne creation that only Byrne could draw it right. If that makes sense. Kind of like that robot Clash that messed up Superman's powers, or that big mummy host thing. I can't really picture anybody but John Byrne drawing those things.
And that's the other thing. I don't think Jerry Ordway's a bad artist or anything, but I don't know if his style was just so different than Byrne's that just the contrast is shocking.
And it's strange because it's only for Dreadnaught. Psi-Phon looks fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dreadnaught in this book looks like a dinosaur mixed with Parasite.
Yeah.
It looks like Parasite's turning into a dinosaur.
That or he looks like somebody who's gonna off to fight the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Bebop and Rocksteady combined into one.
Pretty much.
He's Bop Steady.
Bop Steady.
In a metal swimsuit or something.
Yeah. But it's such a shame because he looked so great in that last page of the Superman issue. He looked absolutely fantastic. And then to come to this and some of the weird angles that his face is in this issue, it's not complimentary.
Mm-hmm. So Dreadnaught starts fighting Superman. He's like, this is the first time he's really lost his powers. He's like, I've been hit by kryptonite before, but this is the first time since I got my powers. I'm completely human again.
Yeah.
And he tries to take him out with one of his last remaining powers, heat vision, but then Psi-Phon
gets turned against him too.
Heat vision, yep. Then Superman gets away, and then
yeah, I love the fact that he kind of has to escape.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time that we see that too. That he kind of fought. That he kind of lost this fight and has to kind of take off.
Well, like he said, it's I don't want to run, but without my powers, I'm going to be dead before I figure out.
What can I do? Yeah.
Oh, and then
I don't think that we have seen that either, except for maybe when he got taken out by the Silver Banshee the first time.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen him lose like this before.
No. And again, this is really the first time he's completely lost his powers. Before he's always like, yeah, it's kryptonite or magic or something. But
Yeah, it was a momentary weakness.
mm-hmm.
With this, it's like somebody flipped an on-off switch.
I wonder if we'll ever see this again. Crisis of the Crimson Kryptonite.
Which is what, about a year from now after this, right?
Yeah, because the last part is Superman 50. Wait, might be a little Superman 50. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, another time Mxyzptlk comes back, kind of.
That's right.
Then we get the whole thing with Lois and Jose, and Lois taking on those street punks.
I love that. This is one of my favorite Lois Lane moments of recent memory. I want to say that because she just charges down that sidewalk and lays into these gang members, like knees one of them in the gut and like karate chops another one. It's wonderful.
I love it because it just shows that Lois is tough on her own.
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't need anybody to back her up. She can take care of it.
3 of them, and she beat all their asses wearing like a dress and like high heel boots, man.
Yeah, she just marched right down that sidewalk, and she handled it. I loved it.
I like when Aquaman shows up.
Yeah,
and Martian Manhunter just kind of random.
Yeah.
So I wonder who Superman said he made a call. I wonder who he made a call to, or did he just call like the Justice League or
He must have called the Justice League, yeah.
And send whoever. Because at first he's thinking, I should about calling Lois, Jimmy, or Perry, and then he was just like, no, because I don't want them getting hurt. But 2, he's like, now with Lois thinking Clark's my brother, she's gonna wonder why I didn't call Clark first.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Complications upon complications.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bet he called the Justice League. That was what I assumed when I was reading this. Yeah.
But then Psi-Phon gives Dreadnaught to him Aquaman's powers.
Yeah, I love that when he says when Dreadnaught says, "Can you hear my thoughts, hero? Can you feel the hatred I send you?" It's fantastic. So good. And he just laughs.
Yeah.
Like every time somebody new takes him on, he just starts laughing.
Especially when he gets Martian Manhunter's flying ability. I'm like, man, we don't see him using his shape-shifting ability. Can you imagine Dreadnaught with shape-shifting ability?
Yeah. Yeah. And the intangibility stuff.
Yeah. But no, then it's been a while. We see Clark go to Professor Hamilton.
Yeah. It's been a few issues since we've seen him.
Mm-hmm.
It has been.
Well, we did see, when we got the explanation about the Superman robot, where that came from. That came from Hamilton. Right. But before that, it had been a while.
Yeah.
I like, what do you call it? The Smallville sign.
Oh, yeah.
A good place to live.
But like population 3,753. Okay?
That seems higher than I would have expected, right?
Go watch the pilot episode of Smallville and watch before the meteor shower how many people live there and how many more people live there when they fixed the sign. That is not a small town.
Yeah.
Like the population size, it's like the people who were making it had no idea what a small town population should be. Because I live in a small town and the population was still under what they said Smallville was.
Yeah.
Now I live in an even smaller town and I'm like, this is what Smallville should be.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bruce Springsteen.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
And her leggings are gone. Supergirl's leggings have
Well, it's warmer than the Antarctic. I told you.
and then Phil's all-time favorite heroes in this comic right here. Elongated Man.
Oh, yes.
I heard it was Justin's.
Giant-sized man thing.
No, I love the whole thing with Matrix. She runs into Lana, because, again, I mean, we'll get there, but she's based on Lana, she's basically Lana of another universe. It's almost like, when Jennifer runs into her older self in Back to the Future, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Tyler said, the Elongated Man shows up.
Yeah. As Dreadnaught is beating the hell out of Martian Manhunter. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he takes his invulnerability, too. So he has double invulnerability now.
Double invulnerability. Yeah.
Or so we think.
I love this. Poor Lois had to drag that poor man up all those flights of stairs in a wheelchair. I was like, there's no wheelchair. There's got to be no wheelchair ramps in here. No elevator. So she had to, hoist this poor man up all these flights of stairs.
I mean, forget her
That
fighting.
had to be awful for both of them. That's all I have to say.
Forget her fighting ability. Lowe's got to be buff.
Yeah. Yeah, don't mess with her today.
But yeah, he's all down on himself, but she's like, no. You still have your heart and your mind. I want that you still have the courage. Maybe put on the gangbuster suit, and if it will help at all, you have me. And she kisses him.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. It's good stuff. I like this relationship between Jose and Lois. I do. I think it's good stuff.
It's like, I like this, but I know it's not going to go anywhere, and it's going to end soon.
Yeah, but for what it's worth, I like it. Yeah.
Like, it's just, you're like, I like this, but it's tragic. It's just tragic.
And then Jimmy wants to go cover the fight down at the dock, and his mom's like, no, you stay here tonight.
Yeah, old Mother Olson won't have it.
You're grounded.
Yeah. Mother not look that old, but yeah.
Yeah.
18-year-old Jim.
Yeah, he says 18 here. Wasn't that one issue? He said, I'm almost... when the prankster one, didn't she say he's almost 20 or something? So...
They don't know how old Jimmy is.
They're all over the place with this.
It's like Franklin.
Probably he doesn't even know how old it is.
It's like Franklin Richards aging. Jeez.
He doesn't know anymore. He
doesn't know.
No. The middle of a fight between superheroes is no place for a child.
And then we find out that
child.
Jimmy's dad, that picture was taken 2 years after Jimmy's dad supposedly went missing in action.
Yeah. When do we find out more about Jimmy's dad? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's coming up. Doesn't it get into like Cadmus stuff and stuff, I think.
Cadmus. Yeah, okay.
I think by the Superman 20-something, we might get into that. So
okay.
It's coming up here.
So it's within the next year or so.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the next page. First thing, holy moly!
Holy moly! The guest appearances keep piling up.
Yeah.
Here we have Captain Marvel.
That's right.
That's what he'll always be to me. I don't care what anybody
Billy
says.
Batson.
Captain Marvel.
No, he's just the captain, man.
That's what the one Mark Waid. So is Mark Waid off that book now, Tyler? Because I mean, he wrote the first 9 issues, and then issue 10 was a new writer, but they didn't like promote it because I was like,
Yeah, I think so. I was liking it.
Right there.
I think Captain Marvel / the Captain / Shazam, whatever you want to call it, has the most convoluted, messed up history, origin, power set of, like, I could go on a whole tangent here, and I'm not going to.
Hawkman would like to have a word with you, sir.
I think Hawkman is a bit more convoluted. But
I don't know. I will
give you second place to Shazam, yeah.
Because here's my, like, they talk about, if you read, like, the new one with Mary Marvel, when, like, all these people are supposed to call the power of Shazam, but they each represent different gods, but yet the wizard bestowed the same powers on them, and then they never talk about later how every time Billy shares the lightning or whatever, like, it diminishes his powers in some stories, like what exactly his magic is. I mean, it just gets really...
Yeah, I mean, I don't think New 52 helped him at all, and then it's like with those movies, they try to be like the movies, and it's like...
Right.
I mean, it's just, like, but... I don't know. It gets rough because, yeah, we won't break it down here. But
the Captain Marvel, Shazam, Big Red Cheese.
Yeah, and then there's the whole Shazam family, and none of them actually have names.
Yeah.
So it's all good though. I enjoy the book, but yeah.
Yes. So Psi-Phon takes Elongated Man's powers, which he feels like crap because he's like never snapped back to normal that fast before. But then Captain Marvel starts fighting.
Captain Marvel takes the fight right to Dreadnaught, takes him right through a brick wall. I love that. And then we see little Psi-Phon freaking out. Too much.
I know, laying there, make it stop.
What's wrong with him? He looks in bad shape.
Yeah. So it seems like he's taking Captain Marvel's powers. Can't think straight. Can hardly stand.
My favorite is where everyone's like, Clark Kent.
I know, yeah. It comes up and punches Dreadnaught, yeah.
Dreadnought, yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Sorry, Dreadnaught, I don't think there's much market for Big Red Cheese paste. Yeah, because Clark's letting him have it because he's wearing Professor Hamilton's force field belt.
Yeah.
Which we'll see more of.
Yes, that does return, doesn't it?
A few times, yeah.
Yeah. So
really-
stop! You've won!
I
You've
I
won!
really hate to hit a foe when he's down, Dreadnought, but since that's what you do best, I think I can make an
Yeah.
exception. Yeah.
Gives him some of his own medicine.
But he says, this is one power your ally can't steal.
Yeah, there you go, Clark. Give it to him. Knocks out Dreadnought, and then Psi-Phon gives him the whole spiel.
Oh yeah, the whole villain dialogue. Yeah, they were testing Earth, seeing if they were susceptible to an invasion.
And the first time I read this, and then Invasion happened like, a year or two later, I thought to myself, I wonder if this was part of the invasion that Psi-Phon and Dreadnought was
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, we're going to get to Invasion, kids.
Yes, that's coming up before too long.
Maybe we'll even talk some of those issues, too.
Mm.
Oh, Ray, you'll love the Invasion. I'll like it. Still stick in my head. And from Invasion 3, just Batman and looking in a reporter's camera. Get that out of my face.
Yes. Yeah.
Batman, my favorite character.
But yeah, Clark, says, so then Superman's guess was right. That the more power you got fed, you can only,
Which makes sense. I mean, all those heroes having all those powers, Psi-Phon kind of overloaded himself.
But again, it wasn't like a real drain. He basically shuts off the area. He makes you think you're losing your powers, and then duplicates them. So it's like, why was Superman's costume ripped? Because his aura supposedly disappeared.
It's psychological, man.
Well,
That's
I guess psychologically he shut off that aura. I guess.
Yeah.
What I understood was it was like I said before, like an on-off switch.
I guess.
Like he switched off that part of the brain that activated whatever that particular ability was temporarily.
And then I guess they're not even like real beings, because it looks like they go up in a puff of smoke, and Aquaman like, they committed suicide, and Martian Manhunter's like, no, my Martian vision reveals nothing biological in the vapor clouds.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then Clark says, no, as Superman guessed, Psi-Phon and Dreadnaught were not really alive. They were super sophisticated probes.
Oh my.
Yeah, they sure were a pain in the butt. So basically, this issue and last issue, we fought two alien probes.
Yeah.
One large and one small.
Whoa! I love everyone. I'm like, but yeah, Aquaman's like, that's why he contacted us. We all have internal powers Psi-Phon would be compelled to steal. Then Elongated Manhattan. Ken, how did Superman guess all this?
Because he's Superman.
Well, he says because he's powered by solar radiation, so he's like, basically what he would have to do is, steal the solar radiation, and I want to give him the specific powers. Okay, there's a lot of words on that last page. Looks like a Chris Claremont X-Men.
They had to cram it as much as possible before the end of the issue.
And then, that's a burn, man. That's either a
totally.
burn. Yeah, Burn and Claremont were good for that.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Lois is angry.
I know. Lois just like randomly shows up on those last two panels. Like, she says
she's just mad Superman wasn't there fighting, so she's like, well, if he's not going to fight, I'll show him. This is how it's done.
She goes, when I heard on the radio that what you were doing, I couldn't believe it. Since when are you a superhero? Honestly, if there was one man in the world, she's like, I didn't think you'd do something. I'm not going to stand for it. To hear one man I care about almost got himself killed. He's like, care about?
He's like, what?
So, and then all the superheroes like, haha. So, yes, Clark Kent saves the day. I'm surprised they didn't play that up more on the cover. It's like, Sir Clark Kent to the rescue? What?
Yeah.
If it was Silver Age, they would have. All right, thoughts, gentlemen?
It was interesting. I liked it. I liked that, we had the guest appearance of the other members of like the Justice League. I thought it was interesting, like just like you said about the power reveal, that he wasn't actually taking your power, he was duplicating, but he was shutting down your brain. So
yeah, just like switching it off.
Yeah, I love Psi-Phon and Dreadnaught. I think they're great villains. And when Doomsday happened, the first thing that it reminded me of was the fight with Juggernaut, because you've got all these members of the Justice League going up against this massive creature who's just wiping the floor with them repeatedly. And these are powerful heroes. You've got Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, Captain Marvel, and they're all none of them are really able to defeat this thing.
You got some heavy hitters.
Absolutely. And Superman, right off the bat, Superman's taken out. So I thought that, used properly, Psi-Phon and Dreadnaught could be really effective and powerful villains. But they didn't come back very much. I think the next time they came back is 1990 for one issue. So they get used very, very infrequently, which is kind of weird.
I was looking because I do remember, I know they show up in 1995. There's an issue guest starring Kyle Rayner they show up in, but I think
Oh, yeah, that's right.
When I was looking it up today, I think they might show up a time or two between that and this one.
Yeah, there's one, I think it might even be an Adventures of Superman issue. 1990.
Adventures of Superman 469, Lilith, you're on deck.
Oh!
Adventures of Superman 473. So
okay,
yeah.
So they don't appear as frequently as I think that they should.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, 473 is a good one because get some guest stars.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Dan Jurgens.
I'm trying to remember that issue. I think they're just like, keep Guy Gardner away from us. Oh yeah, I own that one. I remember that one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, Overload. Yeah, because at first it wasn't them. It was them, I think, appearing in a different form.
Yeah.
And then it was revealed at the end that it was them.
So this is probably like the first and only time Byrne uses them. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I love these two characters, and I'll be back to talk about them whenever they appear again, for sure, because I love them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gentlemen. Anything else?
No, I think that wraps it up. Pretty good.
All right, let me open up the schedule here because, I believe this is it for the month, and then next month, I believe it's the one you've been waiting for, Justin. The month for
Doom Patrol.
Yeah, the Doom Patrol crossover. Yeah, next month. Yeah, we'll start off with Adventures of Superman 443, Doom Patrol 10, and Superman 20.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's gonna be fun.
Yes, it will be.
Yes, and then the other episode next month will be Superman 21 and 22 and Adventures of Superman 444, where we get all the answers about this Supergirl.
All the subplots are revealed.
Yes. The issue's just called Subplots.
Ah.
Subplots galore.
All right, so send us all your thoughts and you almost let me forget again, Justin. I wanted to read Michael Bailey's feedback that he sent us last time for Action Comics 600.
Sorry, I almost forgot that too.
I almost forgot it too. Here we go. All right, so yes, kids, famous podcaster Mr. Michael Bailey, who is especially a big fan of Superman, who I've never talked to personally. Tyler, you said you did talk to him before?
Yeah, we did. He did a episode on Krypton Report a while back.
Pretty cool.
All right, so he saw a post on Twitter. So yes, he sent this last time, and I'm sorry I didn't read it, but I wanted to get to it. So this will be on Action Comics 600. All right, Michael Bailey says, I got Action Comics 600 for my 12th birthday. It was also my 3rd birthday because I'm a leap year baby. So like Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
In that year, 1988, my sister gave me an issue of World of Smallville and a VHS tape with 3 installments of the Fleischer Superman shorts. So it's hard to be objective because it has sentimental value. The good news is that Action 600 is a banger of an issue. Although oddly, the Wonder Woman story is not my favorite part. It's not the Lois Lane story either. It's the Lex story. What a fantastic piece of writing and art that starts a subplot that will have ramifications all the way up to 1994, but deals with Maggie and her story. It was awesome. I wasn't into... Oh, yeah, we did talk Superman 18, too. I wasn't into Superman 18 because I didn't like the art because I was 12 and thus an idiot. This is a great issue and an interesting way to follow up the anniversary issue. It's also one of the reasons we got 0 Hour. Take care, Michael Bailey. Again, I mean, Mignolia's art is good, but again, it's an acquired taste, too.
It really is, yeah. And like I said before, it depends on who the inker is with him sometimes. True. Yeah.
Again, you can have a spectacular penciler, but sometimes you get the wrong mix of penciler and inker. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It throws it right off, yeah.
All right, so yes, kids, if you want your thoughts read, or you can even send us audio feedback, like Mr. Michael Bailey, email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Again, get the new Capes and Lunatics merch with the new logos on it.
Yeah.
Again, Rain ran the money on us through the Cash App link, like little demands.
Make it rain.
And, of course, the Patreon. Again, I don't think we still didn't pick an April episode, but again, it's uncensored little hellfire. That's all you need to know. And so find all of that at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right. Now, and if you want to send any Superman feedback on anything other than these issues, you can send them to Mr. Tyler Patrick over at the Krypton Report. Where can they find that, Tyler?
Find Krypton Report anywhere where podcasts are, on Gmail, just Krypton Report Pod at Gmail, Twitter, I'm not calling it X, and any social media. We are there. Krypton Report.
I'm tired of knowing everything.
You guys.
Yep.
All right. Now for this Mr. Justin. Oh, we can make an announcement, Justin. All right, Mr. Justin the Owl. You can catch him. Well, he's going to be taking a break after next episode of Mullet, but you can still catch him every month on Energon Universe with me and Russell, talking all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe. You can catch him, well, usually at the end of every month on We Are the Night,
The Batman Podcast.
Well, he's going to be on a few extra ones in May and June because,
talking some 90s Catwoman.
2 90s Catwoman episodes, and then in June, one of his favorite villains is going to be talking some Killer Moth.
Killer Moth. Yeah, I can't wait.
And, of course, you can always catch him over on Capes and Lunatics. Well, every week on Marvel Tales, and now it's going to be once a month, X-Men Classics. Yes. So
yeah, we were having so much fun talking X-Men that I decided we should continue.
The audience demanded. No, Justin demanded.
I demanded it.
All right, but that's not all he does. So where else can people hear you, Justin?
You can also find me every month at Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is, where Russell and I talk about the Incredible Hulk and the sensational She-Hulk. We also have a Patreon, so do check that out. And you can also find me and the High Priest of Khonshu, Ray, over at Predator and Prey, the Yocha podcast. Russell's taking a little bit of a break on that one right now, but Ray and I are covering the new Predator comics coming out from Marvel. And last but not least, the Lost Library of Legends. My solo project is still going strong, and when this episode comes out, I will have just wrapped up a 2-part retrospective on a 1994 Marvel title called Black Wolf.
We're going back to the 90s here, bitch. I'm going to eat this up with a fork and spoon. I love it.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. All right. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. Next 2 weeks, you'll get your regular fix of Nightwing news with me and Kristen, and then we'll be back to talk Superman and Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since. So yeah, send us your feedback, send us your thoughts on stuff we covered, the stuff coming up. How old is Jimmy Olsen? How old is his mom?
Mom.
It's a fine line, kids. Is Cat Grant a child molester? Let us know.
And message me if you want an invitation to join the Psi-Phon and Dreadnaught Fan Club.
All right, come back next time. Join us for truth, justice, and the Mullet Way. 2 villains who suck in a good way. Good night.